Hi, Jonathan York from Bay Financial Partners, looking at investment markets. US markets sort of under a little bit of pressure out there. There's still quite a bit of angst regarding the sort of trade tariffs, and obviously, the big one there is China. President both sides seem sort of unwilling to move. Trump is sort of pounding pretty hard and really trying to sort of force the issue. Potentially as well, obviously with the midterms coming up as well, he's sort of trying to talk tough there, especially with China and oil prices. The midterms really could be quite interesting after, Trump managed to get his nominee, Kavanaugh, appointed to the Supreme Court. And it's just going to be very interesting now because, certainly at the present, the US looks more divided than ever. Certainly the Kavanaugh debate, if you believe the press out there has sort of galvanised both sides going into the midterms now. And it's just going to be very interesting. One, to see voter turnout. You suspect it will probably be quite high, but also as well if there really is a bit of a backlash against the sort of Trump administration. If that is the case, then potentially, I suppose, looking at it, sort of women voters will be voting against Republicans and Trump, and that could just play into the hands of the Democrats. And obviously, if that is the case and the Republicans then do very poorly, it's going to be very interesting to see how that sort of plays through in the last sort of 2 years of the Trump administration. But if you look at the actual, sort of fundamentals on the data coming out of the US economy, it is still pretty strong. Certainly on track at present for the Fed to increase interest rates again in December, and then looking at maybe 2 to 3 before June of next year. Now, as always, the big caveat against that is going to be the sort of trade impact. At present, it's not really hitting too hard, but certainly as you sort of move into the next sort of 2 to 3 months, especially coming up to Christmas time as well, if some of these sort of prices start to sort of increase, it's just going to be very interesting to see how that sort of plays through in the US economy. Added to which as well, obviously you've got increased oil prices. Certainly the Iran supply is starting to fall now, and that's just pushing up prices here around the sort of $75 a barrel on WTI. No further fresh news on Brexit. Both sides still sort of sticking to their sort of party lines. But it's just going to be interesting, to see if you can get a little bit of movement because, all the time, the clock is ticking. October now, come March 2019, Brexit comes into play. Here in New Zealand, quite a bit of interest in that Infratel bond. Most of the 6-year bond is already gone now. That's the 475. There's a little bit of that sort of 10-year, which is a 5-year reset at 485. If you're interested in that, call us on 0800 867 323. New Zealand government under a little bit of pressure as well. The sort of latest reporting is that pretty healthy surplus for the government. Obviously, they've still got quite a bit of unrest in terms of pay negotiations. Also, as well, taking quite a bit of criticism as well for the rising petrol prices. It's all very well for the government to say, it's unfair from the oil companies, but if you actually look at it, oil prices have risen about 20% this year. The New Zealand dollar has fallen, which makes it more expensive. But also as well, the government's putting more taxes on. So that sort of accounts for a lot of the increase at the pump. So if you are interested in that Infratel 10 year, say call us on 0800 867 323. Or indeed, if you wish to discuss what other income options are available out there, say call us on 0800 867 323, or go to the website www.bayfinancialpartners.co.nz for lots of interesting articles. We look forward to speaking to you soon.